All right, today we are going to start learning about how to work with positive and negative numbers. There's several different ways that you can approach this, but this first one that they want us to use is counters. So we are going to say that yellow is a positive and red is a negative. Okay? So this first problem is going to be counted with 8 negatives. Now I know that you probably have a pencil, so you're going to have a hard time doing this with colors at school, but at home you could use colors. The other thing that you could do is represent it with a negative sign for each one. Okay, so I have 8 negatives. Okay, just like it shows me, 8 negatives. Then I'm going to add 4 more negatives. And instead of making the red circles, I'm just going to put 4 negative signs. Okay? So since I have counters, if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 negative counters plus 1, 2, 3, 4 negative counters, that means I have a total of 12 negative counters. So that's one way you can do it. We'll do the next problem as well. I'm going to do it the same way. So I'm going to do my 5, which are positive, 1 positive, 2 positive, 3 positive, 4 positive, 5 positive. Okay? Then I will add to it my 7 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what happens with these is that when you have 1 positive and 1 negative, they cancel each other out. So I'm going to do this. 1 positive, 1 negative. 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 My answer will then be -2 counters left over. Okay? We will do that last one using counters as the technique. I have 8 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to add to it 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. And again, for every positive, I get rid of a negative. Positive, get rid of a negative. Positive, get rid of a negative. Positive, get rid of a negative. So my answer here will be a leftover 4 positives. So positive 4. Now this is one strategy, but that strategy takes a very, 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 very long time. Because you have to, if your number is going to be like 100 and something plus -200 and something, that's a whole lot of pluses and minuses to mix up. So we're going to continue to work on this and improve and give some additional skills, different strategies to solve these problems. But we're just starting to explore. We're going to move down to the next one. Now we're going to use another strategy that is a number line. You guys have worked with number lines, and you know that if you're going positive, you're going that way. If you're going negative, you're going that way. I am not great with my lefts and my rights, so I'm calling it this way and that way. So if I started my number line at 5/8, that would be right here. And it tells me to do -3/8. So this is negative, which means I go backwards 3/8. So let's count. -1/3/8. Well, let's not do any more. -1/3/8, 2/3/8, 3/3/8. So my final answer will be 1/4. We're going to do another one. Get all these at the same time. Nope, can't. 3.5 plus negative 4.5. So let's start with this point. The point 3.5, which is 3.5 is right here. And it's negative 4.5, so that negative means I go backwards. So let's go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0.5, so 1/2. So my final answer will be negative 1. That is another strategy. Here's a couple of different ones that we're going to practice with. We're going to try to use our counters. I'm going to do 4 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 7 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these get rid of each other. So my answer will end up being 3 positives. The second one wants us to use a number line. So let's start at our 4.5, but it is a negative number, so it is going backwards. So 4.5 is right here. I'm going back 3 and 1/2. So count 1, 2, 3, and 1/2. My answer is 1. Now I'm checking to make sure I'm on the right path. So these next ones allow us to use whatever strategy we want to use. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use a number line because that's what we're practicing today. And let's see, I'm going to start with, since it's negative 1.25, negative 1.25, then that'll make this negative 1, negative 0.75. This is a little bit harder because it's digitals or decimals. Or 50, but that's awful looking, so. But think about it being quarters. I owe somebody $1.25. Oh, I owe them $1. Oh, I owe them 75 cents. It's paying people back a quarter at a time. So that's what I'm helping myself to count this way. Okay. And so I will start with negative 1.25, and it wants me to add. So since I'm adding, I'm going that way, 50 cents. That's quarter, that's quarter. So 50 cents is negative 0.75. All right. Not real thrilled with some of these choices, but on this one, since I have a negative 5/6 and a 4, those two can get rid of each other. So negative 5 plus 4, that's my 5 negatives. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 positives. So this one answers to be negative 1. All right, what I'm discovering is that these are not fabulous examples, even though the book gave them to me. So let's go do some on a number line that's a little bit easier. Let's go to just a blank piece of paper. So if I have a number line, and I had 4 minus 8. You start with this number. So I'm going to plot that point at 4. Minus 8 means I'm going backwards 8. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means my answer is -4. I can prove that using those counters, but we're not going to get to that point right there. Let's do another example that's a little bit more simple. Okay, let's do -2 plus 6. So we'll start at -2, and we're going to add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer to this one is +4. So again, there are several ways that you can do these problems. We're going to hold off on the very last couple for another video.